is Leslie. I go by the Twitch handle Fuslie, and I've been streaming since February 21st of 2015. So I've been streaming for 4.5 years. When Edison proposed to me, I had no clue. I had actually no clue. We had talked about it like a lot as like a joke, or we'd like been memeing about it on stream. It was like a thing in my chat to be like, it's time, and there'd be like a ring anytime. It pretty much was just like an ongoing joke. But when he actually like pulled out the ring, I was just in shock. Like I genuinely, if you go back to the clip, I genuinely thought it was a Chipotle burrito. Like he pulled out a bag, and I'm like, I remember thinking like, is he proposing? And then I remember going, no, he's not. That's ridiculous. Like there's no way he's proposing. So then I was like, what is it then? A Chipotle burrito? I was like so confused. And then he pulls out the Rubik's Cube. Oh, I have it. He pulls out the Rubik's Cube, and I was just like, no way. Like I had imagined my like getting proposed to so many times as a kid growing up, just like, you dream about that thing, and you dream about you getting proposed to, and to, I guess, like have had that moment now and have it surpass all of those expectations. He's a keeper. The kind of content I usually stream, let me think. I would consider myself a variety and community streamer. So essentially, I stream whatever I'm feeling. I do play games. I play TFT right now, but I've played League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Overwatch, just pretty much any game out there I'm willing to try. But ultimately, I stream a lot of stuff with my community and for my community. A lot of the stuff would be like I have a talent show coming up called Fuslie Got Talent. I do sub interviews. I like to travel, and I stream like on the IRL backpack. I guess just wherever life takes me, I want to bring the chat along with me. So that's why it's definitely a variety of content. I lived with 3 guys, Alex, Billy, and Raymond. And I, at the time, was taking a year off after I graduated UC Irvine, and before I was going to go to graduate school for teaching. And in that year, I was just tutoring, trying to get some experience so my application would look stronger for getting my master's. And in that year, those 3 guys, they introduced me to League of Legends, and I couldn't remember a time that I had more fun with a group of friends than playing League. And I realized like, wow, I've been missing out on like gaming and just like this whole experience I've been missing out on my whole life. I'd played Pokemon in the past, but really like online gaming was the closest I'd done was Neopets when I was like a kid. But yeah, League was the first like real like PC gaming I ever did, and that introduced me to Twitch because my roommate Alex would watch this streamer named Becca. I'm sure you've heard of her. And then I asked him what he was doing, who he was watching, and then surely that led to him telling me that I should stream, and then I felt inspired and I started streaming in 2015. Okay, this is a question I get a lot. Basically, the hardest thing for me was, I think it was growing, probably. Obviously, the biggest obstacle with streaming, especially at the beginning, right, is how do you get viewers? How do you get people to like watch you? I wasn't super concerned about it when I first started. I actually remember like just like being excited that there was like people, like even 5 people, to like nerd out about League of Legends with me, because when I talk about League with my friends, everyone would be like, okay, but online all these people were like, yeah, like the new patch notes, this and this and this and this. But as I started to stream more and more and more, I started to realize, oh, like how do I get people to watch me? And I think the biggest advice I would have is to get involved in a community. Don't just start streaming out of nowhere and expect people to just watch you. Like, why is someone going to watch you? If you're part of a community and you've been involved, maybe like other community members will come by and say hi, stop by, drop a follow, because they know you from that community. That's not to say you should only join a community just so you can get viewers for yourself. But if you're already like really involved in one, or you genuinely are part of another one, I'm sure a lot of those other members would love to come support you and take an interest into you. Yes, 100%. When I first started streaming, I did a little bit of research and I found Pokimane, right off the bat, and I thought her streams were so great. I thought she had such a wonderful personality. She held herself so well, and I remember just being really inspired by her. Also, Kimmy, Angel's Kimmy. Right when I first started, she had just started just before me, and I remember like looking at her profile and being like, wow, she has everything together, her panels, her just the way she holds herself, everything. So I was really inspired by Kimmy and Pokey, and Janet ex Choco Bars as well. I think in high school and college I always dreamed of creating content, like being a content creator. Always just seemed like the dream, but I never admitted it to myself or anybody around me because it just seemed like I didn't know how to start. I didn't want to like my peers to see me fail either. So I just like kind of started I made a few videos here and there. Some people have found them, but it was always like a deep down dream of mine to be able to be a content creator and to collab with some of the people that I have already collabed with, which just blows my mind. Twitch has it's opened my mind to so much, and I feel so fortunate. But I never thought I would actually get to a point where I could say that I'm a full-time content creator. To be sitting here and doing this interview is just like, it's making me really realize how lucky I am. That is such a tricky question for me. I'm always wondering, like, what are my goals? What's like next for me? I just want to create content that I'm really proud of. I think as a content creator, you can fall into this trap where you're making content for other people because you know it's good for viewership, or this is like the meta, this is the kind of content that everyone else is creating, so you need to create that, and you start to just like forget why you make content, like what sparks that in me, and so this year my focus is creating content that I'm proud of and that I want to do, and say, sometimes viewership is great, but if it's for something that I don't want to be doing or I'm unhappy doing, then I don't want to be doing it. So I just really want to do stuff for me this year. I love traveling. I think that's something I realized after traveling so much this year. Berlin, Korea, Vegas, just all over the place. I want to see more and more and more of the world. So when I'm not streaming, I'm like planning a trip or looking up like places in the world. I've been doing VR a lot lately, just off stream, just like getting lost, and I think I like to just talk to other people, get outside of just like this little bubble, and just see what the world has to offer. And so traveling, daydreaming about traveling, that's like something I love to do, and I want to do way more of it. 10,000%. Because of streaming, I think I've mentioned this in the previous questions, but I've gotten to collab with so many content creators that I never dreamed of collabing with. I have gotten to go to so many events, travel to so many places, meet so many people that only streaming could have brought me. I really sometimes have to slap myself and how did I get here? I just look around the room a lot of times at all the content creators, and I'm like, normally I'd just be like a huge fangirl of all of you. I'm a very big fangirl, so when I watch somebody and then I meet them, I can't speak. So when people come up to me and they're like, Fuslie, and they're fangirl over me, I'm just like, whoa, calm down. It's so weird. It's a very surreal feeling, and I'm so freaking blessed and lucky that people have supported me to this point. I don't understand why to this day, but I'm very fortunate for all the opportunities streaming has brought me. Too many, honestly. I have been using Streamlabs since I first started streaming. I downloaded it in 2015, and ever since then, I've been using it. But I think the number one feature for me is the alerts. Just the alerts that Streamlabs has, and the ease of uploading your custom alerts, just ups your stream to the next level. It allows for so many funny interactions. There's so many great moments where chat has just trolled me or timed a donation in the perfect way, and I streaming just wouldn't be streaming for me without Streamlabs and the alerts. So I think that's definitely the one. Thank you. See you guys.